Hello and welcome to my world record run for Hunt Down the Freeman. I'm recording my voice over the record run of the game as to give insight to all the major and minor tricks I do, along with being able to focus on explaining the mechanics. I won't be talking over any of the YouTuber voices in this video, but I will be skipping all cutscenes, except for the first, which is unskippable, and I will not be talking over that. You may have also noticed the text in the top left. I'll be using that text to show you where you can skip ahead in the video for parts I simply have nothing to say about, but I'm required to show to prove it's a legitimate run. I spent longer than I'd like to admit optimizing this run, so I hope you enjoy the video. This is a completely different format to what I'm normally used to doing for my speedruns, so let me know if you like it. So let's get started. So when I spawn in, I immediately do a small backward step to pick up the knife you saw in the cutscene. It's faster to use this knife to kill the head crab and smash the crates instead of using the gun to give you. An odd detail you might notice is I left view bob on. Honestly, I couldn't tell you why I left it on. I never found it to impact my aiming, and it looks nice in certain sections where all you can do is run. There's no major time saves in this beginning section either, sadly. It's just movement. And sadly, a lot of what slows down this run is there's no major movement tricks you can do to speed up slow sections like this one. Yes.
Hey, wait! I need that med kit, buddy.
Buddy, please.
I need that. Come back here.
Need it. But yeah, no, there's no like bunny hopping, no accelerated back hopping, nothing.
Bring that back.
No, nothing that you'd like expect in a Source Engine game. Which is, it's a shame. This could be a really amazing game to run if there were more skill-based movement tricks.
Nothing personal. You better give that to me before it does get personal.
He's gonna get angry. So I just press this button and I grab this chair to occupy the barnacle up ahead so it doesn't slow me down. Or, yeah, no, so it doesn't slow me down. And it doesn't slow me down to grab the chair either. And this section coming up is kind of why I like view bob, as disgusting as that is to say out loud. It makes this section sort of feel a little more intense, I guess. Apologies if it gives you motion sickness or makes you want to jump at my throat for preferring something different to you, but I'm the one who spent an unholy amount of time running and routing this damn game. So you know what? I deserve this. This is me. Am I even recording? Yes, I am. Okay, good. I forgot to check if I was recording. Oh, God. Focus on the commentary. There's really nothing else to say about this. Again, there are no tricks for this. Don't worry. It's got a lot of tricks coming up. And this section that we're entering is one of the more volatile sections of this game. This part is why I have a crashes counter on the right-hand side, which reminds me, I should probably explain all this stuff on the right real quick. Any percent means I have to beat the game using any methods I can that aren't cheating. The green .78 means I'm ahead by that much time compared to my last run. The big number on the bottom that says 225 is the game time without loads. I do this by using the source split plugin for Live Split, which is what I use to keep track of all the times over there. The time below the big one is real time, which is, I honestly only have it because the old world record had it. For this section, I have to kill a soldier and then do a UGL hop over this fence. I call it a UGL hop because it doesn't feel like a grenade hop, and it's an underslung grenade launcher. I just felt it was, yeah, fitting. That was perfect first try. Now this street coming up, I'll explain why this street is insanely annoying after the dialogue. I'll let it play.
Mitchell, do you copy? We just left the hospital, but the streets are either fucked or swarming with those aliens. We'll have to find another way to Brandon Street. And we'll have to find one quickly if we want to get out to the city. Go ahead, Mickey. I got this covered. What the hell? There's someone on the channel. I won't be watching. Who the hell was that?
By the way, Alex from I Hate Everything, if you are by some chance watching this, thank you for contributing your voice to this game. It was incredibly entertaining. But anyway, this street, it's responsible for a lot of the crashes, but I avoid them by sticking to the right-hand side of the road and avoiding ammo pickups. It's not consistent in not crashing, but it works enough of the time that I don't care. And then for this section, I press the elevator button, and then wedge myself in between this chair and the table. This, for some reason, prevents these guys from attacking me. I don't know why. But, yeah. They just don't understand how to attack. The ones that approach from the front and lunge and don't have anything in the way can jump up on the table, but they just get killed really quickly. You just get to listen to these amazing... This zombie ASMR. Isn't that lovely? And what you'll also notice is once the elevator counter at the top reaches about the 4th or 5th tick, the enemies should stop spawning. Most of the time they'll stop spawning. I don't know why that is, because they'll continue to spawn if you're not in the position I am. It's just a weird position. So I'm just going to go out here and kill him. That one was dancing. Lovely. I forget, do they stop spawning, or was this a different run? Yeah, pick up all this because free ammo and we're just killing time here. There's no way to sort of clip through the elevator, to my knowledge. No, they do spawn. They're not supposed to spawn. Well, I mean, they are supposed to spawn, but when I'm doing this trick, they're not supposed to spawn. I believe it's about 18 to 20 seconds per elevator tick. But we get some good timing there. A whole bunch of elevator waiting. They should have added elevator music. Just for a little bit of comedy's sake, just a little bit of stupid elevator music. And you're going to see on the bottom why I have subtitles on. When that appears, that means that the elevator is about to open. It's one of the only reasons I use subtitles is I know when to sprint. For this section, it is possible to save a little bit of time by just shooting zombies that are in your way, but I missed that one, so it doesn't really matter. What does matter is doing some good movement up here. Do a crouch jump through there, shoot this window, jump up on the window frame, and then onto the books. That's the fastest method. And then, of course, the trigger to end the level is right next to the flare, right to the left. Skip cutscenes because we don't need cutscenes.
This is a shortcut?
That's the fastest way to Raymond Street. Trust me.
Smells like shit.
Insightful dialogue by Mitchell? Yeah, Mitchell. That's his name. That's Mr. You fucked up my face's name. Lyndon Mitchell. It's a good name. Now my playback just froze. I don't think the recording itself froze. I think that's just Vegas Pro being stupid. I don't technically need that med pack, but I just take it out of habit, I guess. It also really doesn't matter how much you get shot here, as long as you don't take too much fall damage from jumping over this little section here. There's a really small window where you can just take no fall damage, but I can't get it consistently. Of course, there's just going to be health everywhere, and I'm going to mess up this shooting section slightly. I want to say they're, I had synths. Yeah, the synths up on the scaffolding. I mess up shooting them a little bit. You're supposed to hit the barrels, except for the last one. The last one will never die by the barrels. You have to do it manually. So it loses like 8-9 seconds just by bad optimization. So all of them are dead. Head crab canisters fall from the sky. And you're gonna notice I use the smoke from that one to find out where exactly I need to stand to be optimal in going through this fence when it explodes. Good game design, I know. Really just waiting and killing headcrabs for fun. It's fun to see them ragdoll and go on fire. I enjoy it. I take damage there, I think because I was just trying to entertain myself, so I was just like, take some damage. Climbing up here is faster than stairs, because stairs are just for nerds. You'll figure that out through the rest of this run. Ignore the firefight. We don't really need to be a part of it. In fact, we don't need to be a part of almost all firefights unless we're forced into it. We're just going to do a few crouch jumps up here, and then a crouch strafe jump just to clear this truck. I get it, first try. I save here because I do have issues with this section sometimes crashing. It doesn't happen very often, but it's happened enough to annoy me. Slide under there, and then trigger the loading scene, or loading screen. I'm doing all of this without a script, by the way. This is just me commentating like it's GDQ. Which, if it was GDQ, oh no, I can't make an Owen Wilson joke or else I'll be banned, because, you know, GDQ, totally a respected speedrunning organization, or whatever they want to call themselves, where they take a massive amount of what they're raising for charity for themselves. Ooh, that's a spicy claim I've just made there. But anyway, again, stairs are for nerds. Just take some pills and then just fall a few times. And trigger the elevator. I might have to edit that out, that part about GDQ. The thing is, I don't respect GDQ. I think it's a complete joke. And, well, I do like what it does for speedrunning. Just like, you know, they raise money for charity. That's good. They give speedrunning a okay name and bring it into the public eye. I think that's really cool. I respect them for that. However, I think the people who run it are incredibly stupid. I was supposed to be talking about the game, wasn't I? Instead of just deciding to rant about GDQ. Oh boy. Well, there's nothing interesting to say anyway. This is just basic stuff. We are coming up to the Minefield, though, and this is... I'm not going to talk for the Minefield. I just want to enjoy my work here.
Mitchell, don't know.
This is beautiful, really. I love getting a run that's perfect with minefields. I have to make sure to not look back at Mr. CIA Man, or else his crouching will be slower. I don't know why it is. Pop a grenade over there to clear the boxes, because it's just faster than knifing them. Normally I try and kill some zombies here, but I don't think it really saves time. I do like to knife them for fun, though, because a lot of this game is just trying to have fun and not go insane. I might be insane, though, because I've sunk 50 hours into this game. I have many regrets, but this video isn't one of them. I had fun routing this game, I won't lie. Skip the cutscene, who needs cutscenes? Again, shoot another grenade over there. Faster than knifing them, and I kill these soldiers because I think it's funny.
It's the president.
It's the president. Sadly, we will not be seeing the Keemstar cutscene. But I save here because, again, another section I've had issues with it crashing for no reason. But it's not one of the. It's not a Welcome to Albuquerque split. That one is the main culprit for crashes. This part is just waiting, turning the valve. I'm sure there's a joke about Valve in there somewhere, but I can't think of it. And next up, what we have for the next trick is, it's actually really interesting. This is, I want to say, about a 30 to 45 second save coming up, and you'll see it. Basically, you enter a train yard, which I should have probably said that about 3 seconds later instead of now, but yeah, you enter a train yard and you're supposed to, like, have this, you know, shootout of like, oh, we gotta wait for the train to open. That's stupid, so I'm just gonna shoot open this window and then do a crouch jump into prone just to trigger the loading screen. I love that trick. There's a way of doing it without going prone, but it's inconsistent. And this section is boring. There's no time saves I can do. There's nothing. It's just wait. So there's the time if you want to skip it. I seriously don't blame you if there's nothing. You're gonna see. And this is it. I wait in the train cabin because what's supposed to happen is that the story is supposed to dictate, oh, I'm the only survivor, I'm so cool. And to do this, we need to let the helicopters explode the train, so that I'm the only one surviving. It's a good game. This is really all that's it. I suggest skipping, because I'm not doing commentary. I think they're gone. I have this one clip on my phone. No. Go away, Telegram notifications. Yeah, I have this one clip on my phone that really just... I feel like it sums up this one part really well. Hang on, I have to boost the volume so you can hear it. This just sums up my run. I love that. I love that a little too much. I have to edit my audio. That's gonna look like that. Oh god, I've clipped the audio. Great, or whatever it is. It's peaked. That's the word I'm looking for. I know my audio editing. Shut up. I want to say this split ends around 15. I don't remember. Either way, thank you for sticking through with this part. I don't know why you did. Maybe you thought something funny would happen. Probably just edit in that one clip. Anyway, don't tell anyone I talk over these sections. I'm gonna be quiet now, so when they tune back in, they don't hear me. So now that we have that boring section out of the way, it's another boring section actually. Wait through this loading screen. There we go. Skip cutscene. And this part, you're supposed to defend a truck. This truck takes damage. It's supposed to be like, oh, kill the enemies and then the truck can move forward. What the programmers decided to overlook was the truck's health, possibly the truck regenerating health, and how you can just shoot 3 enemies in this starting section, and the truck will never actually die, to my knowledge. You can just drive forward, and all you have to do is hit the loading trigger, the next level trigger, and you'll be good. You can seriously just drive through all of this and shoot nothing now. Which is funny, because it's a boring section. I understand, you know, what they want to go for. Like, in my mind, it would have been better if you're, like, in a rocky canyon, but the enemy always has the high ground, and they're not, like, approaching on the road or something. You have to, you know, defend from there. But even then, this wasn't a really well-made game, sadly. I think it has a couple really, really powerful moments, and a lot of the cutscenes are well done. I'm not saying all of them are. Go ahead and look up the "You Fucked Up My Face" cutscene, because it's not going to be in this, because true ending is really, really bad for any percent. That's just like adding on 15 minutes because you want a good ending, which is stupid. We get the quote-unquote bad ending because it's just, oh, you're at the final section, well, kill yourself. Boom, run's over. And that's any percent. My computer has turned off. Nope, it went into sleep mode because I wasn't doing anything. Great. And as you're going to see here, we hit the loading trigger now. Yep. You don't even need the truck. Who cares about the truck? Let's just go. Oh, this game. I do enjoy this game in a strange way. It's very broken, and I enjoyed finding out how many ways I can break the game. How fast can I go by breaking the game further and further? It's fun. And in this section, I intentionally don't turbo because it will spin you out, and then it's possible you'll just die from the test canisters that'll launch. I'll probably lower that audio so that you don't have your eardrums blasted out.
We're stuck on the factory. We need help ASAP.
You guys handle those. I'll go check the factory.
We're stuck there. Oh no. Now we're going to get to the factory. The factory is kind of annoying. I have to move weird here too to trigger the loading screen, because if you just run at the door and then stop, it doesn't trigger the loading screen. I don't know why. I think from my testing, I've found that on certain loading triggers, the game decides, I'm going to move you to a different spot in the map once the screen fades out. Because here's what you can do. If you turn on, if you toggle seeing triggers through that, I want to say it's like view trigger toggle in console. But if you do that, and then like you can see where the game has triggers everywhere, and you can avoid a lot of them. We'll be doing that in the run later on. For this, I don't even kill any zombies. I don't think it's just no, I kill that one. But it's mainly just run past. That's fastest. I should also state for the record, I have gone through every single level with viewing clip brushes and viewing triggers. I have optimized the absolute shit out of this game. And it's why I'm going to be proud of this video once it's made, and why, you know, I'm going to share it wherever the fuck I can, because it's a good run. This is a really solid run. And the strats used are amazing. I shaved off like 26 minutes from the old world record because of this. Playback freezing. There we go. For this part, you don't even need to go in any buildings. It's just run to the thing to lower the barricade, and then run some more. There's going to be a lot of running in this run. Yeah, a lot of running in a run. I said that. I'm starting to think maybe I should have written a script so it's this video isn't just me insulting GDQ. I hope someone agrees with me on that GDQ is stupid, but I respect what it does. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up about it, because I'm just digging myself a grave. Again, more running. for my run, I used to kill the synths here. That's what the big scraggy enemies are. They're called synths. But I've actually realized once you hit the top of that lighthouse, it resets your health back to 100. So it doesn't matter if you take damage here. I also have to avoid an invisible wall by hugging the left-hand side. And we're gonna gold split? Yes, gold split. Basically, if a split is gold, that means that's the best I've ever done on that section of the game. I'm gonna switch off the dumb weapons and equip the good weapons. And time to run underwater for a while. Yep, this game, it has some great movement. Movement's so good that you can just run underwater. Because, yeah, they let you do this for some reason. Eventually you run out of stamina, so I do end up going to the surface, then popping down, to the surface and pop down, because it's, from what I've found, the fastest way of just swimming through sections. Because that's not the last we're going to see of water. In fact, there's going to be a really cool skip coming up involving it. Most people don't realize that you can actually drive this, by the way. Shoutouts to the old person who had the old world record for showing me this, because didn't know. You can just drive through this entire section. I do mess up the driving a little bit here, but it's okay. Oh, I messed it up a lot, actually. Go me. It's alright, though. I have good movement. Like, the movement in this game is okay, but it doesn't feel Source-like, I guess. It's, it just feels like it's some kind of mod. It's like some kind of parkour mod you'd find in a different Source game, like Team Fortress 2 or something. But anyway, for this, I equip meds and I equip shotgun. I'm gonna kill these cameras. Yes, they just keep respawning, and they're a free source of health, and we're going to need help for this trick coming up. Because we're going to do a little more water walking. Basically, you just pull out the meds, and this is the main trick. This I figured out while I was just playing through the game my first time normally, because I hated this section. And I was like, alright, how do I do this fast? And I realized, oh, you can actually tank damage here. Because for some reason the water hurts you. Yeah, I don't know why, but if you pop meds at 20 health, it'll boost you back to 100 right when you're about to die. See? And then I can run through this entire section with 85 health, which is beautiful because the helicopter here will always... It has like a 90% chance of hitting you for 15 health every time, and if you're trying to run through this normally, it's going to drain your health. And you only get one thing of meds. Now for this section. Again, just like the train, this is going to be me sitting in a corner and waiting. And I'm going to explain to you exactly why. You can skip my explanation and skip back to the gameplay. See, it's in the top left. But from what I can tell, and I have studied the apps, I've studied this game more than I would like to admit. I theorize that this is a set timer. Because basically what's going to happen is like there's waves upon waves of enemies coming. But the thing is there's invincible NPCs that shoot at the enemies. And it's supposed to be like sort of wave survival here. But I've found through my testing that it's only risky to like... you can't even help out with the fight in a meaningful way because it's set on a timer. And I want to say that timer is about 5 minutes 10 seconds of just... You can't speed this fight up. It's static. Like, with the train, you can argue that, oh, you might be able to manipulate the helicopters into shooting the train a little faster. With this, no, it's a set timer. I'm almost positive. I was seriously considering trying to figure out how to decompile this map and then open it in, like, Hammer or another, like, Valve map editor just to figure out, like, what causes this. So I've scoured this level through and through with clip brushes, with triggers. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing that you can do to advance this, like where your own input helps. And I don't know how to feel about that. Because, I mean, it makes it really boring to speedrun, though at the same time, this is useful. Because I can get up, I can stretch, I can use the bathroom, I can maybe get something to eat, something to drink, and the run will be fine. I run no risk of dying here because the enemies can't get far enough. Because once the enemies pass a certain distance from where they spawn, they just get insta-killed by the AI. So I've found that it's safer, and it's usually just either faster or just sort of neutral time to just let this do its thing. Because there's nothing you can do. And I'm going to take a little break to rest my vocal cords because I've been talking almost non-stop for 28 minutes now. You know, I have to wonder who's going to actually end up watching this video, because if I put it in the right places, this could easily surpass my... This could easily just be my most watched video, which is a weird thought. Because the thing is, it has meme status. Oh, Hunt Down the Freeman. Oh, that's an awful game. Haha, you fucked up my face. Let's see how fast someone beat it. Oh, this guy who dedicated 50 hours of his life to figuring out, to deconstructing this game, and then getting a run that's good enough by his own standards. I beat the world record like a week ago, but I decided no, I'm going to make it an almost unbeatable time, because who needs sanity anyway? Who needs it? Speedrunning. Fucking, here's the thing, I don't even care that it's like, oh, it's a bad game or whatever, or any of that, because once you speedrun something, it's less about enjoying the game and more about memorizing just a series of inputs based on what you see visually, or what you don't see visually, or through whatever senses, because that's all I end up seeing a game as when I run it, is like, okay, this trick, that trick, move like this, shoot that. It could be anything. I could be shooting anything, and it would just be, oh, that's what I do. I just zone out and memorize inputs. Memorize routes, memorize tricks, and I like that. And somehow we are going to close this out still ahead. However, now we are at the worst split, and I seriously... I suggest skipping this split entirely. It's not interesting. And I'll explain to you why it isn't interesting. You see this landscape? Yeah, I walked through this for like 15 minutes. It's boring. It's really boring. But I guess there's a few things I can talk about. Not only through like what I've found through... Well, let's focus on the run first. I have to drop a flare, pick it up, and for the longest time, I didn't know you could pick up flares. But you're supposed to navigate this cave with a flare. It's not really told to you that you're supposed to pick up the flare to navigate it. I just did it blind my first few runs, instead of just thinking, oh hey, I could probably pick it up just like how I pick up grenades when I throw them, so that I can angle them better. Because for some reason in Source games, they really just... They want those grenades to fly. And we should be exiting the cave any second. Just judging by that timer. Yep, there we go. And that's the exit. And now we get to about 10 minutes of running through the snow. and occasionally killing, what are they called, antlions? I want to say they're called antlions. I'm going to check. I don't know, I only played Half-Life 2 like once. Yeah, antlions, is that it? Yeah, they're antlions, I think. Oh, is that what the big one's called? It's an antlion guardian. We're going to be killing one of those. Actually, we won't. I do a trick to avoid it. This run gets more interesting the longer you watch, minus this boring part. Basically, it was like, oh, we're wounded, so now we need meds, and now we have 63 health. And you have almost no way of regaining health. And it's imperative. It is a run killer. If you do not... If your health drops below 51, you're screwed. Or at least you have a very high chance of being screwed. And you're going to see why soon. Well, not soon. This is a really boring section. But I'm going to try and make it interesting. For no real reason. Basically, for this part, antlions are going to pop out every once in a while. You have to shoot them. You have limited ammo. I don't remember how good my shooting is. But this section's just bad. If we could, like, just sort of modify this game to just remove New Alaska entirely, I'd be very happy. Because New Alaska is just bad. Then again, if we could mod this game, I'd suggest just fixing the horrible crashing issues. Listen, if there's anyone out here who's good at, like, you know, making games with Source or modifying Source games, I can give you a lot of details about this, and, like, we could work together on this. My Discord tag is on the right-hand side of the screen. Frankly, I don't think anyone's going to be watching this far. But hey, props to you if you actually are. The only reason I'm doing post-commentary over this is because the run gets boring, there's a lot of things to explain, and I just don't want it to be a boring run. I'm proud of this run, and I want to, like, you know, give it proper treatment. Because that's one of the things that bothered me. Oh, by the way, you have to be really specific with where you jump up on this pipe. I think I hit it too high. I forget, do I fall off? I think I fall off. Basically, you have to jump on this pipe in a very specific way, or else... as you can see, he's sort of climbing in segments. Yep, I fall off. Sorry, to reload. He climbs up the pipe in segments, and if you jump at the wrong segment at the beginning, you can't make that jump up there. It's stupid. What I found is the best way is to do a jump onto the pipe, but make sure that your jump ends about, like, around the area you want to jump on the pipe. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Right, the old world record. Like, the thing is, he's the super mod for Speedrun.com for this game. And if he's worth his salt, he'll watch this entire thing. And I just want to take this one sort of section in this run to just shit talk, just a little bit. Because this section's boring, and I want to explain why I did not like the world record for this game. Because here's the thing. There's 21 minutes. The old world record, like 134, whatever it is, the old world record video had 21 minutes of unrelated footage to the game. It's just him streaming with his awful, awful overlay. And I'll get to why I don't like streaming in a bit. I'm just going to use New Alaska to rant about a bunch of stuff. That's okay, because there's nothing interesting going on here. Not until we get to snipers, at least. And then I have some words to say. But let's talk about the old world record run. It's 21 minutes of nothing. And when someone points out in the comments that, hey, why did you not edit that out? And he's like, well, it's Hunt Down the Freeman. Do you care? But here's the thing. It doesn't matter what the game is. It doesn't matter like what you're doing. It has your name on it. It's your video, so why would you make it a bad video? I don't get that. And that's something that really bothered me. It's one of the reasons I actually decided to like, have a truly optimized run. And just like, put the old world record to shame. It does not deserve the light of day. He also complains about how, like, oh, give me a Kotaku article. Okay, firstly, no, you want a PC Gamer article, and 2, your run's awful. You don't deserve an article for it. I deserve an article for spending 50 hours of my life running this game. I don't know how to feel about that. But it's just a bad run. He has like the X split watermark on it. I don't know why. Like I don't. Can someone explain to me why people prefer X split over OBS? Because I love OBS. It's great for recording, and it seems okay for streaming. I don't like streaming personally because I hate the culture behind streaming, and it's why you'll really never catch me streaming anything unless it's for like one person. It's because I hate it. Because everyone falls into this really like spammy, thoughtless mindset of just let's not think for ourselves. Let's just post a bunch of emoticons and just spam the same shit. I think like a really good example, and God help me if this actually gets seen by him. Maybe I'll just name drop a bunch of famous people. Maybe one of them will see it. But if you look up any video on the channel run by Clint Stevens, you can see his chat every time. And like that chat is the embodiment of everything I hate about Twitch chat. And then there's also the mentality when you're speedrunning something that, oh my god, you have to like when something amazing happens in a speedrun, the vapid speedrunners do what I like to call a dick sucking face. Where they just like they look so shocked, like, oh my god, oh that was such a cool trick. Fucking the record holder for Wind Waker, the one who has an accent and like the blue overlay, he's so guilty of that. I might be making a lot of enemies by doing this, but anyway. I hate a lot of the culture behind streaming, and it's why I prefer to just make videos and record in my spare time, where I can just focus and listen to music and just play a game I enjoy, and not have to worry about entertaining people. I can just focus. But anyway, you see these black towers sort of to my left and to my right? Mainly on the right now, though. Those hold snipers, and I'm walking a very, very specific path to avoid as much sniper fire as I possibly can. I don't know if it's efficient, I don't know if it's like the fastest route I can, but it avoids a lot of sniper fire. Because I believe I only take fire from the one on my right now. Because here's the thing, I can't get tagged by a sniper. If my health drops below 51 and a sniper does 20 damage, currently it's at like 63, so I'll be at 43. Immediately, if I get tagged by a sniper, I have to reload. And you can see, I don't save, really. I'm confident in my sniper dodging skills. That's really just, it's cocky of me. I don't like that I did that. But it's still, it is what it is. But I can't get tagged by the snipers because what we're coming up on, I'm going to call mech snipers. Basically, it's those little head crab canisters that drop down from the sky, except instead of dropping head crabs or just exploding, they become snipers. They become two snipers that have unique, what do you want to call it? I guess, like tracer lines and like bullets themselves. It looks mechanical, and the noise that they make when they fire seems very mechanical. It doesn't seem sniperish. That's why I call them mech snipers. And one's going to pop out of the sky right about now. Yep, there he is. And you're going to notice, eventually, that not only does it have like a different firing speed, but there's two of them. And that can screw you over really badly depending on where you walk. Again, I'm walking a really optimized line here to avoid as much sniper fire as possible. As you can see, 2 shots. I end up scaling this mountain to actually avoid another mech sniper drop. Because, honestly, I hate them. Because here's the thing, they can end up getting in a cycle where it's almost impossible to dodge them because one will fire and then another will fire right on the cooldown of the other one. And not only does it slow you down, but you risk getting hit. Again, if I get hit, I have to reset. Because the final mech sniper we have to face is almost impossible. If you look at any guide, any video of anyone playing this, I'm almost certain that they will get tagged at least once or twice by this mech sniper. If not, lose a bunch of time to it. So what I do is I make sure I don't get hit throughout this entire section, grab this health, now I can tank 3 shots, and I'm going to use all of that health right here. As you can see, you don't have time to dodge it. It's too close. And I get hit by the second beam there. Almost get hit again. As you see, I can't take another hit. I had to tank through all of that sniper fire. Oh, and also don't be worried about antlions here. They do 5 damage, so I could still take a hit from one of those. And I've also had that mech sniper I had to take 3 hits from. I've had it shoot through terrain. And I think this is because the nav mesh, or not nav mesh, but the terrain itself isn't generated correctly if you look in the console. It mentions something about meshes not being rendered correctly. And that allows the mech snipers to shoot through the hills. To a point where you can't even see the laser, I don't think, just the sound. But luckily that didn't happen here, and it hasn't happened in a while, so I'm guessing it was something to do with an older strat of mine. But now finally we are getting to something interesting. We're going to be facing off against, finally, some soldiers. Whatever they were called. I'm going to look up what they were called. Yeah, just Overwatch soldiers. So these ones are going to be snow-colored. Because, you know, snow. As you can see here, I have pretty finite ammo and I need to do some precision aiming, but they love to stand still, so it doesn't matter. There's plenty of health stations around this place because we're going to be coming up on a pretty big combat section that I'm going to lose time to. Well, actually, that's at the final part. What we're actually coming up to is even more bullshit than that sniper I had to take 3 hits from. Well, you must think, what is more bullshit than... I'm just going to talk over this gameplay. It's not relevant to what I'm about to say, but... you must be thinking, what's more bullshit than snipers that can shoot through terrain and you have to tank shots from? Well, I'll tell you. Spotlights. And I lose time to this. I lose a lot of time to this. I could have been 40 seconds ahead closing out this split, but you're going to see how much time I lose. And it's bullshit. Basically, coming up on this section, we have spotlights. Spotlights are an insta-kill. If they spot you, not only do you have to wait for them to kill you, but then you have to load, and then hope that they don't spot you again, because it's another insta-kill and it wastes like 15 seconds. And to anyone insane enough to run this game, I've been killed by these things a lot, and I've studied them a lot to try and figure out how to get through it optimally. I never figured out a pattern. But basically, what I think what controls them moving around, again, if there's anyone who can decompile this map and confirm this for me, but these spotlights are on a global timer, to my knowledge. And that basically means through loading, through everything, they are running on a timer of, let's say, 0 to 100 seconds, and every X amount of seconds, they switch positions. And this persists through loading, through pauses, through all of that. So, if you die, it could very well be in a completely different position. As you can see, I get spotted here, and I'm going to keep getting spotted, and lose a lot of time. Sorry about that weird pause. I can actually sort of feel a bit of damage being done to my vocal cords from talking. Not only this fast, this frequently and this aggressively, but just overall, I am tired. I have spent like the past several days just routing and optimizing this game, and it has taken a mental and physical toll on me, and I don't want to come back to this. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed speedrunning it. I think, you know, it's a really fun game to speedrun, minus a few sections that are boring or bullshit. But, you know, I think if you're into speedrunning and you can find yourself a copy of this game, legit or otherwise, go for it. Pick it up on a sale, pirate it. Well, don't pirate. I can't promote piracy, or else that's sort of a no-no. But anyway, so yeah, we finally get through this, and I'm gonna point out a trick. Oh, right, they can just kill you from anywhere, by the way. It doesn't matter. These spotlights don't care. They don't care. Their goal is to put their laser in your face. And it's bullshit. I hate it. It's like if all of New Alaska was removed from the game, it would be so much fun to speedrun because there's so many different elements to it. And you're gonna see, like, coming up to Welcome to City 17, there's a lot of tricks you can do. Also, I screwed up this trick where you can, if you're at a high enough altitude, you can do a crouch jump onto the scaffolding that I'm currently moving along. But I screwed it up, so time loss again. Okay, I only lose time in New Alaska. New Alaska, this was by far like one of my worst splits. The rest of them are beautiful. Skip another cutscene. Yep. And now we're going to get to another section. I did so much theorizing on how New Alaska works exactly. And again, I'm going to explain how I think New Alaska works for this section too. Basically, what I originally thought was you have to kill all the elite soldiers, the white ones. And that triggers the end of the level. But I think it's killing everything. By the way, I didn't even notice I ran out of ammo there until really late. I just got so tilted, I guess. I'll just let a lot of this, you know, beautiful shooting talk for itself. So you're going to see I go on to, well, first I heal, and then I believe I go onto the mounted turret. And I do this for a reason. This manipulates the AI into moving into shootable places, instead of being all scattered. And as our goal is to kill everything, you know, of course we want it to be in killable spots. Over time, though, they just stop appearing on the front and like to hide in corners. Which is why I end up jumping off this, because we have to kill everything, remember? The most annoying part is the elite ones have this secondary fire, that's just the energy ball. Yeah, you can see that soldier got hit by it. He actually blocked it for me. But yeah, that thing does like 50, 60 damage, I want to say. And I actually get really lucky with spawns there, and just close it out, still ahead, but lost a lot of time. But I got really lucky with how the AI worked there, because it worked to my advantage. And now we're on what I like to call the pyrocynical boat. By the way, you can roll by holding crouch when you land somewhere. That would take fall damage normally. But let's see if one of the soldiers says anything. No? I'm sure we'll hear something. It said something. Issue is if that soldier said something, I couldn't hear it because I naturally have my the right side of my headphones just off, so I can hear if anyone's yelling for me. Sadly, we skip all the interesting cutscenes here that explain basically you're haunted, the Freeman, crowbars. The plot's sort of meh. Alright. So sadly, I don't think we're going to hear any lines from Pyrocynical. Sadly. No, we'll hear some in Hunt, I think. Because then we're surrounded by these soldiers. Basically, I do a jump off of that console onto the forklift because...
Hello, Captain.
Hello, Pyro. Anyway, you do a crouch jump up on there, and that's a little bit faster, saves a few seconds. Next, we have to jump onto the train. Do I make it first try? I do. Nice. And now we are on Welcome to City 17, and this is my most practiced split. This is where I tried to optimize the most, so you're going to see all the interesting tricks. In this beginning part, there's really nothing, except for civilian dodging in a minute.
I should probably stay out.
Yeah, maybe. Though, I mean, we're going to cause trouble, so...
There he is. I should give him the signal. It's your turn.
Yeah, I don't know who this is, by the way. It's just a person. I think what the plot is supposed to be for this is it's like, this is one of the soldiers in disguise, and he's giving his life, and oh my god, it's so heartfelt, and but there's no development, so you don't care, and it just sort of looks like a random NPC.
Goodbye, old friend.
Because spoilers, he explodes. And that causes a diversion. He gets stuck, by the way. I don't know why. And now we're just going to be sprinting. And I have to do a lot of civilian dodging here. I think I get a really good path. Basically, if you get stuck behind them, you're going to lose time because you keep bumping into them. Yep, that was a perfect path I just ran. I'm just going to run past everything, go to the next loading zone. And now, we're going to come to a really interesting skip, in my opinion.
I should be more careful around here.
Normally, what you're supposed to do... I'm running over my headphone wire. Normally, what you're supposed to do is, you know, come over here, parkour, do all this fancy art, going through buildings. Now, I'm going to grab a pallet and just jump over a fence. Now, normally, you can, to save time, you can just place it against the fence on the right-hand side, but what I'm doing is a safer strat where you just sort of chuck it there, do a crouch jump up on here, might have to be a side crouch jump, and just jump this fence. That saves about 20-30 seconds. Especially if you do it really fast, like that. That was about as fast as I can go. At least for the safe path. And then, normally, it's supposed to be a chase sequence. People are supposed to be shooting at you, but we've skipped a trigger that tells the game, hey, we're doing the breakout section, they've caught us. So, no one's chasing us right now. Though we're going to hit a loading zone in a second. And trick number 2. Around this corner, take this bed frame, make sure that it's facing you. Jump from that vent. Jump up here, throw the bed frame up there. Do not climb under the bed frame or else it will insta-kill you. Wait for the helicopter to cycle, because it will shoot the bed frame out of your hands. Place it on this vent. I spend a little too long trying to position it. But then you can jump up here. I take my time with this. I also do get stuck a little bit. And we can just skip a whole section where you're supposed to, like, run through a building again. And it doesn't matter how much damage you take here, because this is the end of the level. We jump in here, and this is the fastest way to get knocked out. And that's supposed to be an, oh, we've been captured. Oh no.
Get your hands off me.
Funnily enough, you can actually avoid getting pushed by that soldier if you just keep moving forward but while it loads in. Because then it'll cause the game to hit the trigger for Mitchell to be like, oh, get your hands off me! But you'll be too far forward for him to actually touch you. So he just looks a bit weird. But yeah, this is a whole, we've been captured, oh no! And then I'll spoil it for you right now. The plot twist here is that it's supposed to be like, oh man, basically, in New Alaska, when we had that whole shooting section with the soldiers everywhere and the exploding machines, that was run by a really nice Russian guy who had a daughter. And then we realized that, you know, by letting this Russian guy live, he became this, you know, head honcho for this sector or whatever. And he's like, oh, we can get you the Freeman. But basically, we're just going to lie down on his desk, all seductive-like, and just ride out the timer because, again, there's nothing I can do. There's no way to progress the game past this. It's just waiting. Where's that clip? Here it is. Come on, phone.
Are we having fun yet?
I love that clip too much. And now you can see, finally, there we go. We've closed out Welcome to C-17 with something. My playback is too small. Anyway, a pistol is best for this section because it's laser accurate and headshots insta-kill. Now the run actually gets really interesting in speedrunning here because it's like, how fast can you go? And I also have a theory that whoever was like the main lead programmer on this hated Half-Life 2 and like how you couldn't headshot. Headshots did nothing. They made headshots in this game an insta-kill, but it makes all the enemies a joke. Like, one of the most effective strategies is to take the AK-47 and just sprint and shoot, and you'll just constantly headshot. In fact, I'm sure I do that a few times in this run. Dodge the Fortigons over there, up the stairs. I like this section. This is speedrunning. It's nice. And it's also sort of a balance of, do I want to go fast or do I want to shoot? And I actually closed that out with 82 health, which is amazing. Usually I'm at like 40 or 20 by now. Now we have this actually kind of cool section of like, oh, we were here. And then we get to watch all the firefights. This is a well-made section. Except for the game freezing for a couple seconds here when we get into Kleiner's lab, I want to say it is. It's not exactly Kleiner's lab, but it's like, it's designed that way. Yeah, I don't know why the game freezes there. I like to jump when it freezes, though. Yep, easy game. Get your Counter-Strike on. I swear that's the old AK Counter-Strike sound. I'm talking Global Offensive old. You don't really need to aim. And maybe this looks impressive to some people. It's really not. It's just hold fire, aim at height at head level, run, and you kill everything. It just works. Now we get another long elevator section. Like again, this game could benefit from taking a few tips from Half-Life 1, and that if it wants to be a good speedrun game, just have load triggers outside, like slightly outside where the elevator is, so you can just skip into the warp. I think that's how that worked. I don't know. I've only seen Half-Life 1 speedruns. It's a fascinating game. I consider this to be like a Half-Life series speedrun. It plays like one a lot. Like, just the amount of prop tricks there are in this entire run, it's impressive. In my opinion. Especially in the end splits. Like this, you're gonna see a few, like some really cool tricks coming up. Basically for this, it's just run through the forest. You're supposed to shoot the things and get some spare ammo, but it's just, it's faster to just run. Just get through it. You're almost there. Though to be fair, the game does like amp up in speedrun difficulty around the end, especially like the last the I can't see the names of them, but like the ones after Hunt but before Forget About Freeman. Those are the most difficult splits. Basically, we're going to do a really cool trick here. Smash out this window, pop a grenade, and then just slip it inside, and that breaks the boards that were covering the doors. And then you can just skip the basement entirely. I love this trick. And then we have another trick coming up. Yes, back-to-back tricks. Smash those planks and take this box. Chuck it out here. Do a crouch jump. And carry the box. We're going to skip over the graveyard using this. And I hate the graveyard because there's enemies everywhere. And a lot of them will block you and you can die. And it's stupid. So basically, just jam a box over in this corner by the tree. And make sure your weapon's holstered. Because you can only climb on this if your weapon's holstered and you're higher than it. So let me just sort of dodge this. I almost die here. Then I just do some very cool movement. I had to think for a second there. You can see the gears turning in my brain. And those are two back-to-back amazing tricks. Of course, the funny thing about reloading this game, if I may rant about reloading for a minute, if the weapon is reloaded single shot, like a double barrel or the bolt action sniper, it lets you fire after, you've loaded it. However, for stuff like the pistol, the AK, and all of that, if the animation is almost fully complete, where, the mag is in the gun, everything looks fine, it'll still be cancelled if you switch it. It's stupid. Also, this shot's really cool. You have to take out the person on the turret, or else he'll just mow you down instantly. That shot's unbelievably tricky, you wouldn't imagine. And because I got just about every single trick done really well here, we're going to close it out at about 43 seconds ahead of time. And this is amazing. Like, this is the best I've done ever. This is my best run. That's why I'm talking over it and submitting it and uploading it and all that fun stuff. I don't think you need to kill a single antlion for this section. That's why I like to holster my weapon. Just make it right there, and then once you've made it right, make sure you make a left. And then you'll be on the right path. Make sure it's a right to left to be on the right path. I guess I don't really have anything to say about this. It's just like, running through the cave. Oh my god, it's tense. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to feel sort of trapped and like, oh man, how do I get out? There's antlions everywhere, oh no. But when you speedrun it, it's just, okay, dodge, dodge, this is where I go. More dodging. Crawl under here. I feel bad for like the little... By the way, a boss is supposed to spawn there, but I do a strafe jump over the trigger. That is almost pixel perfect, for the record. I don't usually get that trick. Over here I shoot the antlions because I'm bored. And then mess up a trick I was supposed to do here. Basically, most people don't realize you're supposed to climb up here. Fewer people realize you can get the SMG from Half-Life 2 from these guys. It's just right there. I don't use it, but you can get it. If you have the game, go ahead and try it yourself. You can also get the M16 up here, which I thought I got it, but then I decided, oh, I can't find it. Fuck it, just get in the water. Let's do this. We're on great pace. Don't mess it up. I checked there. Yeah, I don't have it. But it is actually more efficient to jump up there because you conserve swimming stamina. Because you can end up being slowed down in the water just because you run out of stamina in the water. Even though you don't have... You have unlimited stamina when you're on land, but in the water it's finite. And there's no clear indicator. And it can be reset by going to the surface. It's just... This game is just weird. I don't understand it. I mean, I do understand it. I spent a lot of time understanding it, but I don't understand why they made it the way they did. It's bad. I don't even like this. I don't even like the commentary I've done over this. It's bad just like this game, But maybe that's fitting. I don't know. Anyway, parkour section here. This is whatever. I'm running out of steam, man. There are no tricks to this. It's just a lot of fancy footwork. Coming up are some good tricks. I'm just gonna give my vocal cords another little break. You can see everything that's going on here. Now we're an amazing time ahead. I should point out, by the way, I'm not like when I was doing this run, I was listening to music, but you can't hear the music because I use an audio splitter. Which, by the way, if you're having issues setting up an audio splitter because you want to listen to music while speedrunning, but you're recording, message me on Discord. I can explain it really easily. It took me a long ass time to figure out. But anyway, you go in here. Yes, you're supposed to reverse out the back door because that garage door does not open. Grab grenade, grab health, grab the motorcycle. For the record, I was holding left. It just loves to hang right for some reason. I jump off here even though it's probably slower, but it just builds up speed faster. Let's go over here. Good ragdoll. I feel like the motorcycle sections are just, oh, well, Half-Life 2 did it. Let's do it too. Hey guys, we're trying to be Half-Life. We're totally a Half-Life game. By the way, pop a wheelie here, gain extreme speed, dodge everything, and then skip the firefight over there. Just hang left, holster your weapon, so that you can climb up there. Hold a grenade. Hold a low, like an underthrow grenade. When you get to about this rock, throw it, pick it up, and chuck it at those enemies to do a lot of damage. However, I screwed this up slightly because my health is really low. I'm not going to say anything for this. I'm just going to let the footage speak for itself for once. Watch my health. Yep, that was one of the coolest things I've ever done in this game. At that low of health... Oh, by the way, there's just a motorcycle over here. I don't know why. I don't think anyone even knows there's a motorcycle over here. But anyway. Yeah, 7 health. The chair is the most consistent prop and the fastest one that I've found to be able to do that little jump. Normally you're supposed to go in the house, jump on the chandelier, disable the force field, jump out with the motorcycle, and then drive through. I just jump with a chair. Because this game is full of amazing skips like that. Now it's just a nice slope. If I might compliment the game on one thing, this scene. This one little section of a game where you have, like, yeah, the emotional music, and it's a silent drive. You've just plowed through God knows how many humans, part of the resistance to fight for humanity, and you're just on this motorcycle, left to reflect on everything you've just done. And I think this is one of the most powerful scenes in the entire game. It's honestly beautiful, in my opinion. And it's one of the very few things this game did right. I like it. It's a good scene. That's all I have to say. This is then immediately ruined by the fact that everything turns gold for some reason. I don't know why. If someone would like to explain why it turns gold, like your shotgun turns gold too. I don't know why. But if someone would like to explain that to me and why that happens, feel free. Say dumb shit in the comments. I don't care. I want to see people's reaction to my life, my section of life that I have wasted speedrunning this game and knowing all that there is to know about it. For your entertainment. for your viewing pleasure, and I've ruined it with my commentary. I'll upload a no commentary version in the description, just in case this commentary is really annoying. Or just like someone hates my voice or something. I think I have a good voice. It's just... it's a little strange. I'm a little tired. Don't ask me why I shoot at him. He's friendly. I get bored. And now we are coming up to an incredibly boring section. This is like running section number 4 where I just don't have anything to say. I'm gonna lie down. I am actually just gonna go lie down and let this part play. You can skip it. Just skip it. I'm not... nothing funny. I'm gonna lie down. Alright, I should probably explain now what's going on. I have to hit this trigger over here to cause explosions. This lowers a force field that I need to get through to progress, because I am playing a video game. And then, round a corner, shoot a vent, make sure you're holding the weapon so that you don't grab onto a goddamn edge. Because if you holster your weapon while trying to fall here, he'll climb onto the ledge. It's stupid. And then just... yep. We're almost done. This game has drained me. This video has drained me. I want this to be over with. I am... So, okay, we have to escape from prison. I do a strafe jump here, just to avoid a trigger that sets off an alarm. But here it doesn't matter. Yep, now they're set off, but basically I have to avoid hitting the trigger to set them off there, because they'll end up blocking the doorway with reinforcements. And now I'm going to give this one little final advice about a trick. To your right, you see that fence up there? How there's a hole in it? You can grab a barrel from the room before, place it on a table, and then crouch jump up on the table, then the barrel, and save time. I don't go for this because it's inconsistent, and I've lost 3 runs to it. This far in, I've lost 3 different runs. I hate that trick, and I don't do it, because it's a stupid trick. skip the cutscene. Now we're just going to do a running section, and then basically the game is over at this point. There's nothing that can really happen to you. Or the run. This is it. We're at the final stretch. And that's it. Final split. This is just running to the bridge where we're going to kill ourselves. It's kind of funny how the speedrun is like a run, see how fast you can get to this level to kill yourself. It's kind of funny how the run, the run of the meme game, the awful meme game, ends with killing yourself. That's nice. It's a metaphor for something, I'm sure. And then that's it. We get to this section, and you can either, do the shootout for the good ending, or do this for the bad ending. And I'll let this play out.
Adrian?
Yep, so, to my knowledge, what you're seeing there is, I believe it was, like, Adrian from something like Half-Life Opposing Force or whatever it was. I haven't played it, I don't know of it. But that character from that game is supposed to be Mitchell's brother from this game. And that was the kid that we saw in the beginning when the parent killed himself and the kid was crying. That was Adrian. Yeah. Because I guess fuck Half-Life plot. Who cares? But anyway, that's the end of this commentary. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, really. I just made this to entertain people because I enjoyed running this game. I enjoyed learning everything about it. It was fun. But that's it. You can go now. Though if you're gonna wait till the absolute end of the video, I want to give a shout out to Summoning Salt. It's like the coolest. Like his content that he makes it has entertained me and like inspired me to do speedruns for myself. It's good shit. Same with Can we get a shout out to Simple Flips? Just to end it on a meme. Goodbye, everyone.